I'd like to share with you a little bit about what we are experiencing on a planetary level and its impacts, what it means for us globally, from a different perspective. As we all know, the age of Aquarius dawned on the 21st of December 2020, when we made the final movement into the consciousness of the next 2000-year karmic cycle. Very auspicious time, very important time. We have been inundated with planetary shifts, astrological impacts, etc. And it has been intensifying and causing most people a great sense of discomfort as they've been largely unseated from their comfort zones. Something that seems to not have been discussed much and yet is common knowledge is that we are entering into the age of Aquarius, or we have entered into the age of Aquarius. Now, I'm not an astrologer, but I understand that the Aquarius sign is governed by the air element. And as a shaman, I do understand the air element, and that is what I want to bring to your attention. The air element governs our communication, it governs our consciousness, knowledge, information, etc. Interestingly enough, it also governs the heart center. But the thing to understand about the build-up to this movement on the 21st of December that took place is that we have seen an exponential explosion in our group consciousness on the planet generally. We've seen social media bubbling over with communications and information. We've seen so many news reports, some real, some false. The ability to discern what is true and what isn't, at some point, I think for everybody, became a little bit difficult. But this is all typical of the air element as we've made the movement from water and into air. So if 2020 taught us anything, it has shown us or taught us about our relationship to our minds, our relationship to our consciousness, and what we are feeding, what we are presenting as a society. So we need to become more aware of this. The other thing that I want to make you aware of is on the 21st of December and building up to it, but specifically on that date, we actually integrated enormous quantities of light onto the planet. And these frequencies are very high, and they basically carry the capacity to bring change and expansion, which is really what we are all looking for. But wherever there is light, there is shadow, and we need to be aware of that. It is determined by the fact that we live in a dimension of duality. And when light is amplified in that way, the shadows are deepened. And this is happening now. Currently, we are seeing it manifesting in our global events, but it is definitely happening on an individual basis. And it is necessary for us to look at our own shadow and its manifestations. For some of us, the shadow is a simple thing like an expression of anger, or perhaps it is self-doubt, etc. But whatever patterning it is manifesting through, we need to be aware of that, and we need to integrate it. By integration, we mean bringing it in through our heart center and actually dissolving the density of it through the frequency of love. Very simple to do through visualization and breathing. And immediate change would be experienced by us, the individual. Also, it would make a difference to the collective that we are contributing to through our relationship with the entire planet in the air element. The final thing that I just want to make you aware of at this point is that people and memories from the past are very likely to flow through our consciousness at this time. and or through our minds, shall I say. And it's important for us to understand that this is happening so that we can essentially honor and release what is coming up for us. Try not to mentally become involved in it or bogged down by these expressions or experiences or memories, shall we say, but rather just to honor them for their role in the past and to move forward, move on from it. It seems to be the final frontier, if you like, in the energies we're experiencing currently, to finding a degree of freedom mentally, and bringing our consciousness more fully into the age that we have actually entered into bodily. Well, that's it for me, and for now. And I hope that it serves you well. Thank you for listening to me.